Oh man, this is what keeps me coming back, people. This is what keeps me coming back. When reality comes into the stock market and the commodities market with a big fat slap in the face. Silver's going to 100. Never gonna stop. Really? Really? Here's why silver went down in a nutshell. First of all, take a look at the parabolic move that the SLV. I'm not even looking at the silver. I haven't looked at silver since my friends told me to buy it at $12 a share. Don Harold, who's been talking about buying silver for the last 3 or 4 years, also said to sell silver about 5 or 6 days ago. So, Don Harold, kudos to you. I know that he has been shorting Baidu since 500 pre-split, but he did make a sick call on the silver. Anyway, here's why silver went down. That parabolic move is usually met with a exact same move on the way downside, but that's not the reason. The reason that silver went down is the power of sucking. The power of sucking. I explained to you, when you have a trader that is notorious to lose money or take profits too quickly, especially on a winning trade, because there were traders out there that I know that were buying puts on the SLV, waiting for this to happen, and in the first moment of profitability, they're getting out. Unbelievable. Not realizing in the greater picture, they're looking at percentage gains. So let's assume they bought these puts at $1. Next thing you know, they're $1.80. You're thinking, I'm up 80% of my money. So they take the money. Not looking at the bigger picture, why did they get short the silver in the first place? Because you're looking for a retracement of this parabolic move. So right on that move, right at that moment, I made a phone call. I made a phone call to my most important person in my life, and his name will remain nameless. I called him. I said, you might want to short silver. He says, I know nothing about silver. I said, you might want to short silver. SLV, buy some puts on it. Throw $2,000 into 10 puts. Do something. I'm waiting for my phone call. I'm just waiting for my phone call. Okay, so here's the thing. I know nothing about silver. I know nothing about anything, but I do know what panic looks like. This was a panic sell-off. This was a sell-off that had to come, and then what happens when a certain thing starts selling off like this, they're the dip buyers, because we all want to buy the dip, so they come in. First money in is the first money out. So they're buying the dip at 42. And it rallies. Next thing you know, 42s are broken. They're out. They don't want to play anymore. Next thing you know, they're looking, maybe this thing will hold 38, 39, 40, wherever they're putting their bids in. Boom, their bids are getting hit and immediately going lower. They're the first ones out. Did I blink yet this whole time? Sentiment, people. So then you are busting out your charts, right? You love those charts, your bully charts, your Bollinger Bands, your stochastics, trying to figure out where silver's gonna go, huh? You know what I said? Silver's gonna go to $23. I just threw that out there because I was like, you know what? Let's go half price. We almost hit 50, so let's go to 26, 27. I mean, I don't trade this whatsoever. Don't know anything about the silver world, nothing. I just said panic will set in once these stops getting hit, and everyone's going to start losing their money, and all the new players that got in, they're going to be the first ones to exit, and that's why you had to move like you had today. Hopefully none of you guys got hurt. Hopefully you guys went short some SLV. And about the new chat room, I'm going to try to get to those phone calls tomorrow, but got to remember tomorrow's options expiration for about 30 or 40 stocks, and that's all I love playing. I'm going to be busy all day. When I get an opportunity, I'm going to call you, and if you're overseas, I don't know if I can get an outgoing line to make overseas calls from work. I appreciate you want to be part of the chat room. I'll just send you an email. But what I wanted to do, basically, I wanted to just make sure, I just wanted to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. You got to understand, there's two chat rooms. There's the double secret probation chat room, and then there's also the obvious what you're missing out in chat room. There's two chat rooms I could send you to. Now, one chat room, there's about 10 or 12 solid guys in there, but you got to understand something. 65% of the time they're talking about stocks. 30% of the time, they're just doing dick jokes. Fart jokes, making noises on their sound effect machine, doing nothing. You could go in there and you'd be like, what the hell's going on here? Just a bunch of childish, pot-smoking banter, meaning nothing with no relevance. And the other 5% of the time, they're just worshiping me, waiting for me to come in there and bless them with the CMG call that I did yesterday. Covered the CMG short at 250, people. Went long at 251. Sold it at 251 and a half. Quickly went into the chat room and I said, I just sold my CMG here at 251. And just like the system works, it never is going to be that easy. You're not going to just be able to press buttons. But let's assume you bought it when I sold out of it. It immediately dropped down about $1, broke the 250 there for a second, and then proceeded to go up 17 points in the last 24 hours. That's something. That is something else, people. Something else. And let's not forget about the Opens and the Panera Breads and all the other disaster du jours that have been going on lately. The thing is, now I'm in a positive mood about it because at least I'm not getting ass raped and then getting out of these trades and then you get in to punish me and make money on your own. But at least I'm making some. You can get in when I get out and make more. That's the perfect world. And when it's like that, there's nothing better. So go right ahead. Get ready, people. Get ready. Because whatever we're going to do in the future, whether it be StockTwits, T3 Live, my own studio, my own TV show, a brand new website, the old website, whatever the case may be, if legitimately there's going to be a point where we're going to be behind a paywall, I'm going to grandfather a few of you guys in. Because people, really, I understand a lot of you just guys want to just hang out and be friends with me. Remember, it's a manic depressive ride. There are times when I'm high in life, high, feeling good about myself, and the comedy is great, everything's, and then there's that depression cave where I can't even get up in the morning. I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be around anybody. So remember, that's part of it. You got to be there for the ups and the downs. My life is the stock market. You're high, and then you're low as shit. And somewhere in the middle, I wait till it to turn. I wait for the depression and the anger to turn into something else. And that's when I make these videos. So I'm waiting for my phone call on this SLV. Unbelievable. Hopefully, again, nobody got hurt by this thing. But they got to start calling it a crash because that's what it is. And just one more time, a demonstration of why you need to be in front of a computer if you're going to be doing this for a living. You need to be watching what you're doing because things like this happen almost every day. And remember, we are on the anniversary of the flash crash. And right now, you got to say that this was as close to a flash crash as you could possibly have. Silver going from $50 down to $33. That's unbelievable. That is something else. And I wish I was a bigger part of it. And I'm still, I don't even want to call him because I know if he didn't do the trade, I'm not going to hound him. But I want him to come on and do a video, even though he's a very private guy. He doesn't want to do videos. But what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks is that there are some people that have witnessed the horror firsthand. Like the Malices, the JTs. The JT debacle is just beyond words. I haven't even got into it. The Carl. JT has now eclipsed Carl. Because what Carl did in 6 months, it took JT to do in 6 days. JT possibly could have been the worst out of anybody on the face of the planet. And again, I think I need to blame myself because I didn't make it explicitly clear that he shouldn't be pressing the buttons on things that he doesn't know about. But I don't know. Maybe the only reason I'm taking blame for the JT experiment is because if I don't take the blame, I'll be too angry to even discuss it on a rational basis with him. But that time will come, JT. Way to go, JT. Way to go. But here's where we are. Tomorrow, options expiration. There's 30 or 40 stocks that we're going to be watching. The SLVs have options that are expiring tomorrow. They have weekly options, so we're going to be looking at those. Most importantly, I'll send a few emails out today if you want to come join us. Remember what you're getting yourself into, okay? Remember, if you're a serious trader, there's lots of unserious stuff going on. And I'm talking about the rudest, the crudest, most obscene, nasty, vile, racist, disgusting awfulness that you could be a witness to. All in good fun, of course. But remember, if you take yourself too seriously, this might not be the place for you. But again, you want to be a part of my family? This is what we do. All right. Good luck to you, and make sure you look in your email boxes today. I'm going to try to get back to you as soon as I can. I got some stuff going on tonight. It's still birthday extravaganza week, month for me and the family. It's everybody's birthday all convoluting together, so we just go out every night and party and have cake. All right. Farewell, and remember, hitthebid.com is all you need. And if you're a serious investor, remember, I used to be a broker. I used to be a real estate guy. I used to be an insurance guy. You have questions, I have answers. And if I don't have the answer for you, I have somebody that will answer your questions. And again, it's only going to be $20 a year. $20 a month, sorry. $20 a month, $200 a year for a wealth of information. A wealth of information. I just love that saying. A wealth of information. Remember, if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll find you somebody that does. And I know we haven't even got to the political. I wrote notes. You know, sometimes I just yabber on. I don't know what I'm talking about. I wrote notes because if I'm going to get political with you guys, I know how sensitive it is. I know how crazy you get. So I want to make my points more direct because people get all bent out of shape when I get political. And I'm going to get you even more into a tizzy when I talk about my conspiracy theories about the frozen body of Osama bin Laden. But we'll get to that at a later date. Stay tuned, and I will be back tomorrow as soon as I humanly possibly can. I'll probably be at the studio in the city. If not, we'll be here. But whatever the case, we'll be going live tomorrow somewhere, and you'll hear all the information that needs to be heard. All right, be good. I just rambled on. That was like 1:20 of me saying absolutely nothing. But remember, make sure that could be the phone call. All right, see you guys.